I'm trying to make a video here. Okay. So this is like one of my playing with food things when I made the s'mores like bagel thing. I had these peanuts I wanted to do something to, so I mixed it with like a whole bunch of stuff and let it sit for the past day or two. Yeah, this whole day. So I just threw it in my brand new air fryer. Excuse me, I don't mean to yawn over my video. Brand new air fryer that I got because I reinstated myself, and I can't even tell you. We just started using this. We're obsessed. We're already obsessed. It's phenomenal. I cannot wait to use the rotisserie basket and the rotisserie. I cannot wait. This bottom tray is just like a tray to keep in there. It's good for whatever. Like this is just a quick. I mean, there is a candied nut thing. I might have to just put that on my list to add to my things I want to get. And it's got two baskets, and you could do two. The light's not cooperating. You do two different things at once. Like, the other day I was remaking those egg sandwiches for us, and hold on, let me switch the camera. Oh, see now it goes, it beeps when it's almost ready. We read the directions, but of course I'm not remembering. I have to read it again. Because it's basically a caramel. That's because there's like honey and stuff in there. But and there is, like I said, there is a new nut, a new tool that can make candied nuts. A new pan. Holy Christmas! Could I have that any closer? Um, but this is because we had a Ninja air fryer, which we loved, but it crapped out. It just stopped working, like literally. And it was a good air fryer, but it was smaller. And the last time I was active with Pampered Chef, and the very last party I did, I think, was at my mom's house, and it was a combo party with Tara because we were trying to, let's really get some people, let's harness, So that's why we did a combo party. But excuse me, oh, I think that was like COVID era, like 2020. I don't remember. I don't know. I don't know. It wasn't, I don't know. It must have been COVID. Like, when I say COVID, I mean 2020. I just remember when that year happened. I was like, ooh, 2020. Huh. Hmm. If we only knew. I mean, some people did. Event 201. Like my cup. Here I am, Miss Pampered Chef. So it's so funny. I tried to reinstate myself. I've stopped and gone dormant a few times because I joined in 2016 when I was working at Goldberg Segal. I got the job at that firm, temping, and then was hired there. And someone at that firm, I think it was Colleen, she was having a Pampered Chef party. And I was like, oh my God, Pampered Chef. I love Pampered Chef. And the last party I had been to was moving upstate. So I was like so excited. I was like, oh, I definitely want to, and I was trying to think of all different ways, to make extra money back then, because when I moved back home, my salary was a lot different. So I was always in search of something to do. I did Tupperware for a little while, and then I liked it, but there's only so many containers, and then you get Dollar Tree. So I think they've moved on to different things as well, but so I stopped selling that only because, it helped a little, but not enough. And then when Colleen was having her Pampered Chef party, and invited everyone in the office, I was like, oh yes, because I was all into that, and that's where I met Fran. And at the party, I was so excited and eager because I hadn't been to a Pampered Chef party since like 2006 or something. So I was excited. And, I was one of those people at the party that was like participating and asking questions. And, so someone like that to a manager. So like at the time, Fran, I think, was doing it maybe 10 years because now she's doing it a long time. But, yeah, that's when I started a long time ago. And, like I said, I did it, and then like I stopped for a little bit. I would go and things would go up and down. There were ebbs and flows in my life, like everyone. So this past time that I'm feeling better and whatever, and at this time is actually very different because I actually, I'm feeling more spiritual and not feeling, I am more spiritual. I never used to be. I mean, I'm more religious, I guess you could say. I never used to be. I was always somebody who just believed in right and wrong, good and bad, blah, 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 blah. But I realized the things I didn't like, what I thought I didn't like about religion. It wasn't the religion per se, but the actual church. And, I started to feel this way a little bit when I worked with a coworker who she actually, I believe, I don't know if preacher is the right term, but I went to one of her Sunday sermons and it was so fun. I loved it. But, soon after she got transferred, and then, like anything, I lost interest, whatever. But, so in 2021 was the last time I had a party, I think, or 2020 was the last party I had. Because then with COVID, everything was all whatever, different. So then I kind of fell off. And then after the summer, or I think the summer is when I still was active. I think that summer, my cousin Julie, she can attest to this. She needed something, and I was like, yeah, sure, I still have a thing. And I hooked her up, and she was able to order. I think it was the olive oil sprayer atomizer. Look at my chin. And that was the last party was 2020. The last order was, that. I believe. I don't remember. All I remember is she had asked me again this summer, hey, do you still sell Pampered Chef? And I was like, I haven't in a while. Like, I think it's like defunct. And it was, if you wait too long, you have to kind of reinstate yourself. So then when I was feeling better the past, in December, I was like, I really want to go back to Pampered Chef. Really want to reinstate my account, because the last time I was active in it was 2020. Then I fell off. And then the fall of 2021, like between August and January, I was like, oh, I got to do it again. So I was, I created a website. Like, I got more into it. Like, no, I created a Facebook page, I think, this time. So I was trying to, take steps to go a little further with it, because it could be a really good, if you I love my full-time job. So to me, a great side gig, if you will. And it's always been there, kind of waiting. But now with, the virtual parties, it's pretty helpful. But anyway, so shocking. I got sidetracked. What was I saying? Oh, so I wanted to reinstate myself. And I didn't want to bother my upline because she's busy. And, oh, hi, here I am again. I want to rejoin. I was like, I'll do it on my own. So I tried to do it, and it wasn't working. I didn't understand, why. And I knew that because I had stopped, I had to reinstate it, but I couldn't get into to do it. So I forgot it was, I think I forgot it was my AOL account. And because I had been so ensconced the last time in it, the Pampered Chef website went right to my name and my password. But then when you tried to go in, it was like, nothing, you can't find this, because apparently that was an old website. I didn't know. So when I couldn't get in, I just thought I was doing something wrong. So I just re-signed up. I was like, you know what, let me just re-sign up, thinking everything would stay the same. I just was a different sign-in. At the same time, I just happened to like a video that my upline did. I just was scrolling Instagram, and I was like, oh, I like that, looks fun. Or I was like, what a cool idea, something. So then coincidentally, she messaged me and said, hey, how are you? So I thought she saw that I was attempting to get into my account. So I was like, I'm good. She didn't realize, so it was very bizarre. We finally talked about it today. We finally really were able to talk, because we've been playing phone tag, and then she was just in Florida. So we really got to talk, and we hashed out all the little details. And what I found was, she's like, you have to call tech support. When I called tech support, they were like, that old account that you're referring to is still here, but it's inactive, which I knew. And so what I probably should have done is I should have just called that number and said I'd like to reactivate. But I just thought, oh, it's easier to do online. Like, it's been so long. There's so many things like I just don't remember. They've fallen out of my brain, or I just don't remember. One of those two things. So, whatever. I was able to fix it, set up my first party, and then once the first party's going, now that I'm reinstated, get the help from Fran, because not obviously, but if you really want to try to make money, you need some assistance and some advice and all that stuff. You could have your own ideas, but, man, the light, my face and my eyes, it's just glaring like, oh, look how tired you look. Because I am tired, and I'm going to bed soon, but I had a few pieces of cheddar cheese, and I'm like, I need some coffee now. I'm so tired, I'll fall asleep. I may have, an extra trip to the, restroom, but it's okay. +2. I was trying to figure out everything and get in touch, but I got a little bit sidetracked. I completely forgot this morning when I did my live, and I was like, oh, I'm going to do it. I scheduled it, and I was like, oh, this is so great. I scheduled it, and I did it. It was so fun. I'm like, I got to do that more often. I'm like, I'll schedule one tonight, Completely forgetting that it's premiere day for, I want to say Scandal, for Vanderpump. So that completely superseded. I put a post on my Facebook. I wasn't able to, I tried to go in to cancel the event, and I didn't see a cancel thing, so I just did a big post, and I just said Scandal, but that wasn't enough information. But I did a TikTok live, but like I said before, it's hard on TikTok, because this one guy I'm friends with, he's one guy is from Pakistan, another guy is from I can't what country it is, but he popped up, and he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, yeah, I'm talking about something very important to me, my Roman Empire. I'm like, do you know what Vanderpump Rules is? He's like, no, what is that? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, all right, have a good night. I didn't want to be like, I don't want to talk to you because you don't know about it. But I kind of didn't want to talk to him because he didn't know about it. I just wanted to ramble. But rambling to strange people without like setting up an event and all that stuff, that's just me rambling, the rambler. But, so that's why I kept going on Facebook. And then my live kept getting kicked off because I was watching, getting so annoyed. And, curses were flying out my mouth. And all of a sudden it was like, shut down. I'm like, what happened? Like, because I'm showing the show? Like, what? I forgot that I cursed. But then I did it a few more times. But, anyway, all right. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm going to finish this cup of coffee and tidy up and go to bed. I used to not be able to have coffee this late. It wouldn't keep me up, per se. It would just maybe, indigestion or whatever. But I got Almond Joy Creamer today, so it's really yummy. I did touch on that this morning, but... So anyway, Pampered Chef will start to be up and running even more. It'll be fun. Because when COVID happened, the aftermath of COVID, a lot of people don't feel safe going to houses and things like that. So, there's a lot of opportunity. And that's what I was trying to do in 2021. I was trying to do like virtual parties or whenever it was 2020. I think it was 2020. And it just wasn't, because you really have to spend time. It doesn't mean my full-time job, I work till, it's school hours, but I do have to set aside time to focus on what I need to do, for this to work for me. And I can do it over the summer, which is great. Like that's what I said, just change your perception, change your perspective, change something in your life, and things work out better, Don't hold on to the past. All of those old adages, they're all true. And they all say, when you're younger, oh, you'll find out. It's so true. there's like a different kind of like calm or peace about yourself once you reach a certain level of calm and peace, and you find like grace within yourself, etc., etc., etc. It's just different, and it doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't stay over. Like, you have to work at it like anything. You have to consciously, live your life a certain way. And I personally was completely unaware of certain personality traits I had, things I would do. I never ever had malintent. Malintent, yeah. Never. And I would always say to people, my father's the real opinionated one. I mean, I get opinionated and passionate too, but I only get opinionated about TV shows and movies or whatever. So I said, it's not as bad as, someone being opinionated and or whatever about important life things. But just like today, I showed sometimes movies are important to people. But I was completely unaware. When you're a product of your environment, until you're out of it or whichever, you can't see. I never understood that saying, ever, never. I now understand it. You can't see the forest through the tree. That's how I equate it to. Because you have, I have that block. I have that what? So, whatever. Anyway, that's my info nugget of the day. Growth. People can grow and change. So everyone have a great evening, and I'm sure I'll do another video to try to cook the spam tomorrow. Excuse me. Ooh. Anyway.